Obviously, I had no business casting something on, but also cast on the hat. I'm using mortar in this really cool colorway. I'm gonna get a ball with the actual with its coat on, so I can tell you the colorway in a minute. And look, this is the back. So the cast on was here, and yeah, back shape, and then you pick up the shoulders. This will become autumn sweater, the newest design by Ozetta. Haley did it again. Another really cool Baba knit hack. So yeah, I wanted a red sweater, and this is definitely a red that I can get behind. I have changed the gauge, so I'm using a 5mm needle instead of the 5.5mm needle in the pattern. And I will go down a needle size also for the ribbing, or maybe even 2 needle sizes. So like a 4mm for all the ribbings. And then I'm using size large, which is usually the size I knit in. But it has so much positive ease, this sweater, that I've decided if it comes out like a medium, that would be perfect. So smaller needle, a little bit tighter gauge, same size as always, and hopefully like a 20cm positive ease kind of sweater in this absolute red of reds. I'm kind of halting on the houses knitting. I think I need to actually finish some of those squares before I start more houses and wash and block them. And I've just completed the last pair of Christmas socks. So this is from the sock tube. I completely messed up the bind off, and now I've bound off really loosely. Judy's extra stretchy bind off, I think. I like them. I think they're good, and I think that makes them really wearable. But it doesn't look so nice. I hope when they're worn by the recipient, they look nice. This was the other sock tube. And it's a pair of socks, much better on a kind of regular bind off. I think this wool is a little bit more stretchy than this wool. And then shortcut these lovely plant-eyed socks from Elke. Yeah, so that's that. It's all gonna be wrapped as this. Let me do it properly. And off it goes. Yeah, final things. I have 2 more sock tubes that I can work on. I've actually started working on one, and I think one pair I'll just keep for myself. I'm gonna make like as knee-high as possible socks. So I have really warm socks when I wear my jumpsuits that are always a little bit cold in the kind of shin area, because they're quite short, the overalls I've got a pair that my friend Zara made me, which is like jeans, and it's following the pattern, the Sadie jumpsuit pattern. And then I have a pair of, what are they called? Lucy and Yaks, in this really cool floral design. I love them, but they're all a little bit short for normal socks. If you wear normal socks and sit down, you have cold shins. So yeah, I think I'm gonna use the kind of brownish sock tube that I've made. Yeah, make a pair of warm socks for myself from that. Yeah, that's about it for the projects you've seen in this vlogmas. So I thought I'd quickly check in. I'm gonna get the other 2 projects just to check in completely, because that's not it. It's not it. It's not all the projects. Hang on. Okay, things I haven't yet done, which is worn the Christmas crown, the Christmas tree hat for this last check-in of Vlogmas. There you go. Doing it now. I haven't shown you this, so it's my new cast on is Mortar Color 757. Love it. It's a little bit more bluish red than it's actually showing up. It looks more yellow in this light, but that's kind of usually how you get it with camera situations. It kind of doesn't translate as well. Then thank you so much for liking my bonnet. It's so cute of you to message me about these babes. So this is Bala bonnet, and I used Snefnook held double for the main part, and then hand dyed, I don't know, potentially Lani Vendol, and then Midnight Soul held double for this. So you have this kind of speckly ties. So that is the one bonnet, Bala bonnet by Sims Strick. And then my own design, which in a little bit I'll do a little zine check-in, but yeah, so this is my own design, crochet and knit hybrid. So I kind of did this double knit tie holding Midnight Soul double, and then all this is like these crochet squares with like a garland of smaller crochet squares at the bottom. So yeah, these two bonnets featured and had their own day. Vlogmas Day 22 was when these two featured, and you know, you've been really lovely about them. I'm really happy you like my bonnets. I'm kind of in this whimsical bonnet mood. You will see in the zine check-in at the end of this I will report about that. Then another project you would have seen, and it kind of halted because of this instruction point of the pattern. These are pelica vests, so again knitted a back. These are the shoulders, and this is kind of the increase for the armhole. And now you're meant to pick up stitches and knit the I-cord kind of halfway. I've managed to mark the halfway point, but haven't managed to unpick the provisional cast on. This is kind of like a cast on, so you have live stitches. You can just pick it up and knit from it. And to be honest, it's not my favorite thing in knitting to do, so always quite a lot of procrastination. I'm more likely to cast on a sweater, like autumn sweater, like I've just cast on, than actually completing this kind of a step in a pattern. So facts about me. So yeah, I have got the back. I want to carry on knitting this. I thought I would be wearing it, but I'm wearing my Esther cardigan instead. It was my plan to wear this vest on Christmas Day, but Esther cardigan as knit during Fish Girl fall make along is just as good. I love this cardigan, but I do not love the button band. I'm gonna go back to the shop where I bought these amazing buttons to get more buttons, and I will add more buttons. I will completely undo this. Not yet, because I want to wear it, but you know, in a couple of weeks I will fix the button band. Yeah, so this is the sock tube that I want to keep for myself, like I said. And last but not least, my houses. I love this blue house, and I love my stashvent project. So these are all using stashvent yarns. So this house actually needs its roof and then the two bits of sky. I want to also add like a frame around it because I need them to be bigger, I think. And yeah, I have quite a lot of houses that still need the sky. mainly I have houses and I haven't got sky, but here I have one with a sky. And here I have one with a sky. I've loved my stashvent from Marisa. I'm going to continue unwrapping until New Year's Eve. So I have like 4 more parcels or 5 more parcels now. So I'm going to kind of stagger them out and continue working on this. So in my podcast, you will see how this is carrying on. And the last project you haven't seen on my needles, but you saw me wind the sock tube, and I'm starting to knit the toes. It's the sock tube in this really cool marl. Yeah, that's all the projects of my vlogmas, and they have been with me. I have messed up a lot in waiting rooms. I've made so many mistakes with a grey, dark grey pair of socks that I feel like I've knitted them twice. But these kind of things happen. So yeah, a little bit more of our day's cooking and walking coming up, and then I will film a little zine check-in later. So, a little zine check-in. So I'm working on writing down the pattern for this hybrid bonnet that came out of my head in total inspiration by my friend Anda. And I have reprinted parts of the instructions. Well, the images for the instructions. And this is like a very whimsy favorite color, I think fluoro pink at the moment. Very whimsy riso print, and so I'm gonna layer it with the actual writing for the pattern, so there's gonna be quite like black inky typewriter writing. But as I'm not like a technically advanced pattern writer, it's always a little bit of a creative process and it takes time. So that is why I think September, October, November, like I wanted to finish this, then I finally finished it in December, or let's say late November, and like now the writing is like so the zine has totally been pushed back and back and again and again and again. So I'm very sorry for that. On the Patreon front, there's the Zenist subscribers. They will definitely get it for free. I don't think it will land this year. However, what will land or definitely go out to you this year is the Yarnchix letter October, November, which is this little zine you might have seen me fold. Trostkorb, about all the little comforts that help through grief, and kind of personally and kind of on a wider picture idea that I had. I made a little zine. Things that the small things in life to show me that life does go on in ways that connect me and move me forward. So that is the little zine that will go out in the mail. I've made the letter. It will include a little list of inspirations like books, thoughts, music. Then I'm gonna start January strong with this zine, Bloomazine. Let me get you the, actually I thought I brought it, but I didn't, the cover. And then that's the end of this kind of little zine making check-in. I'm so excited for Zine 14 Bloomazine to finally come together. I have a super nice centerfold designed by Pianushka, Pia Jane Knits, or Pianushka illustration you will find on Instagram. And she also answered the questions for the What Knitting Means to Me column, which is a really lovely interview that I've put together in the kind of collage style. You'll get this bonnet pattern and yeah, all sorts of really nice little things. There's really cool illustrations by Likova and hens by Caroline Fred. So all of that exists. I just need to put it together. January is the time, and yeah, I'm loving wearing this fluffy bonnet, and in general it's the idea of make a granny square and what can happen with it. You could even just make one or two and have ideas of what you can make. You don't need to make hundreds to make this bonnet. Yeah, so watch this space for more zine stuff. That's it for my little check-in. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining me once again for Vlogmas. It's been a year. I like documenting the Decembers, but I tend to seem to have a little bit of a struggle each year. I haven't actually harvested our, these are bird's eye chilies. I want to harvest them and make a chili sauce with my husband as his present. So got to do that as well, but I guess it's more like a New Year's Eve kind of project. They look great though. I think they look, I mean the plant has had it, but they ripened inside.